You got the t-shirt with
my cell phone away. 5:55, I have a missed call already. Someone did it.
It wasn't working.
Yeah, my cell phone now. And try to make my niece
Put it on this desk.
You're cutting it close.
I don't run out of things to do.
It's a good thing.
No, I want this one. I don't like the way that one writes.
Yeah. No, nobody. Could we put it up there? Yeah.
Because how are we going to church on?
Good evening. This is a regular meeting of the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Richard Garden Show on April the 9th, 2019. I call this meeting to order and declare a quorum present. Would everybody please rise to the pledge of allegiance to the flag of our country, please remain standing for a moment of silence for our military.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. This meeting has been advertised in one newspaper, the Daily Record, in compliance with the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act. Attendance?
Councilwoman Cheatham? Here. Councilman Glass?
Here.
Councilwoman Hedgepath?
Here.
Councilman White? Here. Councilman Lorenzo? Councilwoman Garcia Montes?
Present.
Okay, council, I'd like a motion to go out of the regular order of business so that we can discuss the 2019 municipal budget adoption public hearing.
So motion to go out of the regular order of business to discuss the 2019 municipal ordinance
Second.
for adoption.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Schroeder?
Good evening.
Good evening.
As we discussed last month, your budget went through the state review process. They okayed it, obviously like they do every year. Your budget is going up on the average home assessed at $171,500. For the local rate, is going up $33 or $2.75 per month for that average home, which is the 2% increase. You are $18,264 below the tax cap levy, which is the 2% with cap banks, which would be allowed to go up. And $35,625 below the expenditure cap, which is the 3.5% cap for expenditures for operating expenses. So you're well within all statutory requirements, and it's, in my opinion, a very sustainable budget. And we're here tonight to have the public hearing, and after the public hearing, if it is your wish to take the vote to adopt the budget.
Okay. Council, any questions? So Bill, everything was good with our budget then?
Yes, it's very sustainable. The revenue that we're anticipating, we're not reaching to get to the 2%. Your expenditures went up about 2% on average overall. One thing we're looking for in the future, though, is the sewer bill went up fairly substantially, so we haven't raised those rates in a number of years. I think you should start doing a study about that to make sure that the revenue you're bringing in is matching that bill. Other than that, though, everything is pretty much business as usual. A very, very normal year for you.
So that looks like the only thing as far as our budget is concerned is the sewer.
It's going forward, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually less than what they told us a couple of years ago. They were telling us tales of Armageddon that was going up 40–50%.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was predicated upon the lawsuit that was going on.
I think it was that, and also they said they were going to do some capital expenditures, which I guess they got better rates for
Well,
scale.
those are still on the table as far as I know.
Okay, so we have to monitor that going forward if the bills keep increasing.
And there's nothing else as far as coming up in the future that we should be.
Not that I know of. Obviously, if we knew about it, we'd been planning for it already, but sometimes things come out of left field. But you've been pretty consistent the last 10–15 years that we haven't had much come out of the woodwork. So that's been a very good thing.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions, council? Okay. I need a motion to open the public hearing to the public.
So motion to open our meeting, public, for budget.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Let's see. In regards to the budget, what is one tax point, Mr. Schroeder?
It's about $7,500.
7,500?
Yes.
Okay. And did we have an increase in interest earned on our money in our bank? Because I believe I remember hearing on the budget workshop that we got an additional 30,000 that we didn't previously have. I believe that was by our CFO that said that.
That's correct. We have, as the economy has begun to recover, we are beginning to see some return on investments in our.
Okay. Because I know previously we never really had anything there because the rates were not that great.
The last couple of years, industry-wide, we've been bleak for interest income, correct?
Okay. And do we have, because I didn't get a chance to see the budget that was proposed, and I'm surprised, again, this year, it's not on the table for anybody to review and look at, that all of you guys have already looked at. I mean, it's only, what, 1 or 2 pages long?
The the required budget advertisement is the one page you're probably looking at.
Yeah, I know, but since we're here at a meeting and it's public hearing and adoption, it's not like we have 100 people here in the audience.
Well, it's, like I said, we did the requirement, and then after it's adopted,
Okay.
we will put it on the website
Okay.
tomorrow.
Were there any increases in salaries as far as that goes in the budget? I believe they were talking about 5% increase,
There are annual increments for the staff included in this year's budget, yes.
and that equates to what?
And if you're looking for a dollar amount,
Well, dollar amount percent wise.
we are working with.
3%, 5%?
We're working with 5,
5% for everybody.
correct.
And do you know what that equates to in dollars total? I think, what do we have, over $250,000 in salaries?
Now, we went from budgeting $345,000 to budgeting $360,000, so it's about $15,000.
16,000.
15.
Which is not something we're required by law to increase. Because nobody's in the union here. That's what I'm getting at.
Yes, that's one way of looking at it. The other way, though, is make sure you're sustaining what the market value is, so you don't lose your employees.
Okay, well, does that also include the $4,000 we're looking to give to Debbie, you know, who is here tonight?
It does.
Okay. Because that's $4,000, right? I mean, that's almost that's like half a tax plan. Again, we're not required to give that, but yet we're including it in the budget for
It's
someone.
included in the budget, that's correct, yes.
Well, I don't understand the reason behind that though.
We have someone who's endeavoring to take on a professional certification, to be a licensed professional for your municipality, and that comes with a market rate. To go ahead and replace someone like that in the open market would cost you more.
Okay, but we're not having 2 municipal clerks, we're only gonna have 1. And this budget year, from what Debbie Evans had said, she's not retiring.
That's true.
So I don't understand why we're increasing the budget of an additional 4,000 for someone who's not gonna be appointed municipal clerk this year.
That's the position of the council, it's not.
Well, from what I heard in the budget workshop, the CFO advocated for pushing for a $4,000 increase. I mean, $4,000 is a lot of money. That's why I'm questioning it. It's like, if someone was gonna be appointed to the position, I could understand. But if they're not gonna be appointed, why waste $4,000 and increase in taxes and the overall budget by $4 grand?
Because maybe that guarantees her staying here.
Well, she can leave at any time. There's
That's
no
true.
keeping anybody here. I think it's just a little ridiculous to be spending money on something that's not gonna happen this year.
Well, Jim, why don't you look at it this way, as far as the budget goes, and it's not even down there. Me, myself, as far as the OEM coordinator, if I was getting paid, I'd probably be getting paid anywhere from $4,000 to $7,000.
Not necessarily, because other towns
Excuse me,
pay only
can I
$1,500.
talk?
Go ahead.
I just wanna let you know, that right there is the step that I haven't taken, and since I've been there, and we're looking at probably, what, 7, 8 years, so you add all that up.
Now, let me ask you a question. Have we historically ever paid the OEM manager?
We could've.
salary?
We could've, and in fact, I'm not gonna say we could've, all I know is, when I took the position, I declined to take any money.
But you never offered a salary to
I
that person?
declined to take any money, but, because I know it was there.
But all the previous people never got a salary.
I don't know, I couldn't answer that
Well, I
question.
know that, because
I
I know
don't
who the OEM coordinators
I
are.
don't know, but all I know is, that's a saving right there for the town.
Alright, well, last thing I had to say is about.
Jim, that's your time.
You cut into my time. I let you speak.
Also, in other words, when,
That's my time.
go ahead, go.
Look at how Congress works. They yield time back and forth.
only within prescribed time.
Well, that's your opinion.
No, that's the law.
This is kind of important because it was mentioned about sewer. Now, our sewer bill was about 97, a little under 100,000, right?
Budgeting, it was not about $92,817, but the estimate for this year is coming in close to 120 grand.
Okay, but we've been collecting at, right now, about 140, if not a little bit more.
Yes.
Okay, and we have been historically over the years, because I looked at previous years' budget, numbers have gone up and stayed well below the overall cost.
Well, the cost, that's just the bill, that's not the administrative cost, the cost of collecting all those ancillary expenses to make that program work. That's just paying the RVRSA bill, it's not $2 grand. It's not all those other costs involved.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, we've been over the years, if you even go back 10 years, we've been over collecting the amount that we've been
Without that
paying.
calculation of how much all those other costs to get all those collections in, we could be under collecting.
But they haven't been hitting the town.
They are hitting the town because we have to pay the collector and all the administrative staff to get all those bills out.
But
to
they're a
account for
small
all those-
amount of money.
It's
a
140
small amount.
grand, it's
Well,
all those
maybe-
bills.
Well, maybe if they didn't give out $4,000 raises or 5% raises to everybody, they'd be able to afford it.
Well, that's
What
your-
I'm saying is, you're collecting more than what you're billing. So.
More than what the one bill is.
Don't try to scare people to say their rates are gonna go up, because people in this town have to pay that either through their mortgage or through their rent. And the first thing landlord's gonna do is say, oh, got a $5 increase, rent's going up $50 a month.
Well, if we don't raise
Just be
the,
careful of that.
we don't raise the rates to cover the bills,
Well,
all the
maybe-
bills, then it's gonna come out of the rest of the taxpayers who might not even be using that
Well,
service.
maybe,
That's right.
maybe this council needs to be a little leaner with their budget and stuff, handing out candy all the time with 5% raises.
Your budget in, your local tax rate is one of the lowest in the state. When you say be leaner, I don't know where you're coming
Well,
from.
then how come we didn't make the top 30 towns? It just came out on the news.
There's
recently.
560 towns in
Right,
the
and
municipality.
we didn't
You're in
even
the
make
top
the top
25,
30.
you're in the top 25%, I said.
Okay, but we didn't make the top 30. 30 other towns, maybe more, have beat us out on our town tax rate.
And I know one of them is Blairstown Township where I live, and that's because they
I
get
don't
$2 million
remember the whole
in
thing.
state aid. There's always reasons.
Right, there's always reasons, but one thing that we can control is our municipal side.
And they've been controlling it beautifully.
Well, not when you hand out 5% raises.
Thank you, Jim, thank you, Jim.
See, I
for your
mean, this is
opinion.
where it becomes argumentative.
That's right. That's
What,
right.
what? Who said something?
We only
I
got
did.
2%.
I said last year we only got 2%.
Well, yeah, but you're not in it for the money though.
Thank
You're
you.
not-
No, we're
Thank
not,
you, Jim.
we're not.
I mean, you
Thank
just
you.
heard it, was 15, 16 grand extra this year, in raises.
Thank
That
you.
you can control.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public? If not, I'd like to motion to close this portion of the meeting to the public.
The motion to close this portion of our meeting.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
In council, I'd like a motion to adopt the budget.
The motion to adopt our 2019 municipal budget.
Second.
I know that, but you won't say nothing in all days.
Roll call.
That's why they can't audit us. Shut up. Hard to audit. You know what you're talking about.
Councilman Cheatham?
Yes.
Councilman Glass?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hedgepath?
Yes.
Councilwoman White? Yes. Councilman Garcia Montes?
Yes.
Okay, I usually would say see you next year, but I won't. So, Mom here will be taking over. You're in very good hands.
Okay.
And I really appreciated all the years working with you guys. I think you've been a very good council.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
60 minutes.
Good luck to you. Okay. Good luck.
Port Town.
At the end of the meeting, we'll probably need you.
He can't
Okay.
say.
What do you need?
I gotta wait.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, thank you.
You sure?
Yeah.
We need him or not?
No. Okay. Safe travels. I'd like a motion to go back into the regular order of business.
The motion to go back into the regular order of business.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion to accept the minutes of March the 26th, 2019.
The motion.
Second.
All in favor? Correspondence?
Okay. The sidewalk improvements. Leon put in a grant, we received a grant for $9,500, and that's what he put in for. We received quotes in excess of that, quite substantially. The bids range from 22,000, we received 9 bids on April 3rd. They range from 22,000 to 48,500.
And what's this for?
This is for the sidewalks and the work at the
At the
firehouse.
firehouse and the handicap ramp.
And we only applied for 9?
9,500.
Yeah. This was last year. Leon didn't have an idea that it would cost that much.
That was only for the
What's-
firehouse,
what's
so that
sidewalk?
9,000,
Yeah,
so
that
what's
9,000
costing 45?
Well, the bids range from
Well, these are the
22,000
bids.
to the highest of 48,500.
Right.
So it's his recommendation that that we award the contract to the lowest bidder, 22,000, Volcano Construction Company.
But that grant that we received for the firehouse was just for the firehouse. How much was that grant for?
9,500.
That was for the firehouse.
Yeah,
It had
the-
nothing to do with sidewalks.
This is the sidewalk at the firehouse.
That's gonna cost.
So the borough would
Right
be
here.
responsible for the difference.
Right. It says that this is for the bids for the firehouse sidewalk improvement.
What's wrong with the sidewalk?
It's for the driveway. But there was money somewhere else that will cover that lowest bid, correct?
Not for that, no. Of the 22,000, 9,500 will be covered by the grant, and the balance the borough would have to put up.
And this went out to bid.
The bids were open on April 3rd.
And how long do we have to use the grant?
I don't know.
It went out to bid on April 3rd.
That's when they were received.
They were received
Received.
April 3rd.
Nine bids were received according to the covering letter from Leon.
And if we go for it, we would have to put in, what, 10,000?
13,
13, right, 13 lots,
12,
whatever the difference is, yeah.
I know that,
Well, what
municipalities are not getting as much in bids. Most of the bids are going to veterans, community centers,
Most of the
and,
grants, you mean?
veteran
But we
housing.
got everything we asked for.
Yeah, we got
Because
everything we
I
asked
did
for
the
to
presentation, we
do
got what we
a
asked for.
firehouse.
The bids are just higher than what we asked for.
I didn't know of anything other than the ramp that we were going to work on. I don't know what
There's a
sidewalk.
repaving in the sidewalk.
Is it possible that we could look into an additional bid to,
I don't know.
Yeah, we got 9 bids.
Yeah, 9
So
bids,
it's not
yeah.
as though there was a paucity of bids.
Mhm.
A great number of bids, but they ranged.
26,000 difference.
Yeah, over
no, I mean, is it
26,000.
possible, could we look into another grant, possibly,
For the sidewalk.
to accompany that one?
That, I don't know.
I don't know that.
You can't get a grant once you've issued the bid, once you've issued the contract.
We didn't issue a contract.
No, I'm saying, but you can't do it now, I mean, that, you guys would be more familiar, you probably wouldn't get it until next year.
Yeah,
if
we
you
can't
did
ask
get it.
for, yeah, cause we just did the presentation last month.
Right,
To ask for the money, so
so you wouldn't,
Well, I'd like to know exactly where it's going.
Yeah.
Right,
I do have a breakdown, I didn't bring it with me though.
Okay.
well, we can hold back and let's get a copy of the, bid
Yeah,
proposal.
because I agree with that.
Because we
I didn't know of any sidewalk, I know of the ramp.
There's the sidewalk in the back of the building, as far as I know, that's it.
$22,000.
I can.
Hold it, that's
We
the,
can rent a truck.
that's the cheap, councilman,
Yeah.
that's the lowest bid.
Yeah, I know,
22.
but it's,
Yeah,
That's the lowest.
you know, we
Okay,
got guys out there, they're
you
gonna,
wanna table that then?
yeah, I
Okay.
I'd like a copy of that.
Okay, we'll table that,
That's not.
okay?
Allocate it from somewhere else for that.
Okay, that's fine. Alright. That's already after correspondence.
No, Morris County, Board of Chosen Freeholders, County of Morris intends to mill and resurface certain county roads, 2019-2020, 1.1 mile of roadway from Route 10, South Salem up to Blackwell Street in Dover, will be milled and resurfaced.
Only one?
1.1 miles.
Sounds like all of South Salem.
Yes. One mile, that's it. Anything else?
Financial disclosures are due by April 30th, that's all business, sorry.
That's all business. Any other correspondence? No. Okay. Okay, I'd like a motion to accept correspondence.
The motion to accept correspondence at hand.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Vouchers. Everybody get a chance to take a look at the voucher listing? Any questions on any line items? If not, I'd like a motion to pay the bills.
Motion to pay the bills.
Roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry, Councilwoman. I'm trying to take notes at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
Councilwoman Cheatham.
Yes.
Councilman Glass.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hedgepath.
Yes.
Councilwoman White.
Yes.
Councilman Garcia Montes.
Yes.
Committee report. Okay, old business. Okay, puppy mill ordinance introduction.
Well, there were some exchanges that I'm not aware of. I had prepared one, which was rather simple, which essentially said, we have in our ordinance, there's a section that the following kinds of businesses are prohibited. So all I did is add additional one and saying what is to be prohibited are puppy mills, businesses that maintain facilities to breed dogs and or cats for sale. That's typically what a puppy mill is. They breed the animal. The one that I've seen referenced is where we would prepare an ordinance prohibiting a pet store from selling pets that were raised in puppy mills. Now, I have no way of knowing how that would be enforced.
Well, gentlemen's here tonight. You wanna wait till we open the meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For public?
yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, let's hold
That
off
would
on
be good.
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
cause I questioned exactly what you wanted us to do.
okay, okay, we'll talk about that. Open to the public, okay, that's one now. Okay, just a reminder, everyone, financial disclosures is due in by the 30th of April, okay? And the last item here we have is hiring a new tax collector, which we put in the paper in 2 days, the ad, the council voted on to have in there, and we got no response.
No.
And our tax collector is, when is she retiring, Deb?
The 15th.
15th,
This one?
This month.
this month, yes. Mm-hmm.
I think there were no responses.
No responses, nope. So, we have to make a motion if we're gonna hire the new one, Karen, her own, and her starting date would be the 18th.
So we need a motion to someone.
That's a motion to hire Karen Ferone, the new tax collector.
And the salary was already reached, right?
Correct, she said.
Roll call?
Councilwoman Cheatham.
Yes.
Councilman Glass?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hedgecock?
Yes.
Councilwoman White?
Yes.
Councilwoman Garcia Montes?
Abstain.
Okay, so you can get in contact with Ken, okay? Yeah.
I'll call her tomorrow.
Kendall.
Okay, cool.
Thank you personnel for your
Thank you.
work on that.
Thank you. Okay, I need a motion to open the meeting to the public.
A motion to open our meeting to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right.
Hi, Larry Cohen. I live in Fanwood, New Jersey. I'm here as a volunteer for the Humane Society of the United States. Just as an aside, I'm on my way to Dover. They're introducing the ordinance tonight as well. Madison will be introducing it later this month as well. I thought I had emailed the exact ordinance to you, hadn't I? An exact copy. I have written copies with me. It's very simple. There are whereas clauses. You can make those whatever you want, obviously. But the crux of the ordinance is you define what a pet shop is, and then here's the clause that is the key to the ordinance. No pet store shall sell, deliver, offer for sale, barter, auction, give away, or otherwise transfer or dispose of dogs or cats. Nothing in this section shall prohibit a store from collaborating with an animal care facility or animal rescue organization to offer space for such entities to showcase adoptable dogs or cats. Basically, this would continue to welcome any store, any kind of pet store at all to this town, but it would prohibit them from selling dogs or cats, period.
So you have a pet store that doesn't sell dogs or cats?
It's welcome.
That's,
It's welcome. It's fine. No problem.
they sell goldfish.
This does not address that.
I understand, but what does a pet store sell if they don't sell dogs or cats?
Have you ever been to Petco or PetSmart?
Yeah.
They're huge stores that sell everything that you could possibly want for your dog or cat.
And this is what.
Food, beds, medicine, toys.
And this is what Dover is adopting tonight,
They're introducing it tonight.
basically.
They told me they were adopting this word, they were introducing this word for word.
And you said before, was it Randolph that had already done it?
Randolph has done this. They did an older version that is no longer supported
Okay.
by organizations like myself because it allows for something called retail rescue. It would allow a store to sell dogs or cats if it considered itself a rescue organization. And if you've been following the news at all, there is a store in Union County right now that was just in the news for having received rescue dogs from a fake rescue in Iowa that is now being indicted by the Attorney General in Iowa. If you can believe this. What's happening with breeders in these other states is they are laundering dogs like a criminal would launder money. They're taking puppies from puppy mills, passing them off as rescues, and sending them to stores who are also passing them off as rescues.
Now what about like St. Hubert's, they usually ask.
That's a shelter.
Okay.
But 11th Hour, which is in Randolph.
That's a
and-
rescue.
And they're out of the Rockaway Mall.
Right.
Where I happen to get my dog.
They charge money.
They charge a lot of money.
It's an adoption fee.
Mhm.
We got ours the same.
That's an adoption fee. These are not dogs that have been purposely bred to be sold for
How do you say for
profit.
the difference? That's a store, it's a retail store in the Rockaway Mall, but it just has the name 11th Hour.
It's a store established by a registered rescue organization.
So would you read that again?
Sure. No pet store, and obviously there's a clause that defines what a pet store is. No pet store shall sell, deliver, offer for sale, barter, auction, give away, or otherwise transfer or dispose of cats or dogs. Nothing in this section shall prohibit stores from collaborating with animal care facilities or animal rescue organizations to offer space for such entities to showcase adoptable dogs or cats.
What is it, what's the definition of a pet store?
A retail establishment where dogs or cats are sold, exchanged, bartered, or offered for sale. Again, just to remind you, the effort behind this is to stop the importation of dogs that were purposely bred in horrific conditions in big commercial breeding facilities in other states. We don't have the power to close down those breeding facilities. It's like you don't have the power to close down a tobacco farm in North Carolina, but you can protect your citizens from cigarette smoke by passing ordinances where you can't smoke in certain places. You can't close down these breeding facilities in Iowa and Missouri, but you can help this problem, this torturing and suffering of dogs, by protecting your citizens who may accidentally purchase a sick one, and by hopefully lowering the demand for these types of dogs so that the supply will go away. It's a supply and demand issue. If they can't sell, they can't keep raising them this way.
We're gonna hold off on this.
Yeah, I'm glad you showed up tonight, because I had questions about it.
I want to answer any question you have.
We'll more than likely add it to us in the next meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll put it in ordinance form.
Yeah, can I give you a card or something in case?
Sure.
I mean, I want to be as much help as I possibly can. And again, not to belabor the point, but this is not this is a pretty mainstream thing. 130 towns in New Jersey have done this. California did it, state law. Maryland did it, state law. Oh, sorry. 300 towns across the country have done it. It's a thing. It's happening. Do you need any other hard copies?
He's got it right here.
Okay.
He's gonna.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Take your time.
Don't forget your glasses, sir.
Thank you.
I left my phone at a meeting once.
Got it. Beautiful.
I got a question regarding this, grant we received from the firehouse. What was it that grant was specifically for? Because I remember when you guys spoke about it, you were gonna make a handicap ramp accessible, I believe, on the front, and repair the curbing and basin and the little sidewalk in the back.
That's right.
Because I know, based on my experience, sidewalks are only $10 a square foot installed. And that's based on municipal standards, not homeowners. So I don't know where you're coming up with this $22,000, because I thought the grant was submitted for one thing, and now because sidewalks were not even discussed, now all of a sudden you're talking about sidewalks? That's why I'm like, what specifically was the grant applied to?
Well, we'll take a look at see exactly what the grant
Because
said.
Dan Hall makes all these things up, but I don't believe there was any
I
talk
don't
about
think he made it,
sidewalks.
I don't think he made it up, but that's.
He makes
was a
up
big
all
one.
your grant
All right.
applications. Well, I'll put in an Oprah request for a copy of that as well. And how come, well, let me ask you this. The person you hired as a tax collector, how many years experience do they have? Like, where are they coming from? Are they currently employed somewhere? Because I didn't hear any of the council members ask this.
We talked about that last.
Oh, yeah.
Last week, she has over 20 years experience. She works in Mendham. She currently works in Green, what is it? Green Township.
Green Township.
Green Township. She's also a councilwoman for Chatham, Chester.
Good Chester.
Chester, I think. And, she has a lot of experience.
And how come we're paying her, what was it? We're giving her $2,000 more than our current tax collector?
She settled for that amount. She asked for a lot more. And the reason why we're giving it to her is because anybody else coming in off the street would ask for the same, like 12 to 15,000.
And how much time does our tax collector actually put in? Like, she here 5 hours a day, every day?
She'll be here every week, and she'll be here also to do work. She wants to work with our senior citizens in the community. Any need that they have, that she'll just give them a call, and she'll be down here to meet them.
Well, that would be above and beyond the requirements of the tax collector.
So she likes helping the senior citizens.
Okay,
So
that's
the key
fine.
thing.
Well, that's to our advantage.
I know.
But she'll be down here what, on
I think it's on
Thursdays?
Thursdays.
On Thursdays?
On Thursday evenings.
Cause I know Lorraine is
And
here almost
also-
all the time.
She, when, we mentioned, people sometimes need appointments, and that's not a problem. If you need an appointment, she will work that out with you.
Yes.
And how come, since we've done this before with other things, how come we didn't explore the option, cause I mean, you said no one responded, well,
To the
obviously.
ad.
Right, well, the ad ran Saturday, Sunday. Not everybody gets Saturday, Sunday, they get Monday through Friday.
No, most people get on the weekend.
Most people, I could say the same thing about most people who get it Monday through Friday.
That's an argument we can't have. Lorraine needed to leave now, so we needed somebody now. So we put it in the paper as soon as possible, which cost us over $500.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
I don't.
I can see your.
Because we already
argument.
voted, she's gonna be in.
Yeah.
And we're good to go.
And I
Yeah,
thought when it came
yourself.
to our personnel, it was, the chairperson was always the highest ranking, longest member. Like, who's on administration? Ms. Fita? You're on administration, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
It seems like you're so silent about this. You should be the chair, but
We
yet
don't
you have a
both need to
newcomer
talk, we don't
coming
both
in.
need to talk at the same time.
Jim, as long as you get an answer, as long as you get an answer, you got an answer.
But what makes this person qualified to, go over someone's, abilities and recommend to this council about who we're gonna appoint as our tax collector?
Maybe because I have 20 years of history myself of hiring people.
We own our own business.
I don't even wanna talk to you.
So I mean, then don't make the comment if you don't want the response. How about that?
You're just you're not very, nice to people.
You're very.
No, let me finish my statement. As council people, you work for me, not the other way around.
Oh, keep your voice down.
Okay, but like her, like she's
We
got
are
a smart
taxpayers.
remark, and the one next to her is gonna sit there and clap. I mean, what are we in high school? I mean, come on, grow up and act like an elected official. Act like an elected official and treat me with the same respect that you give everybody else out
Nobody's being,
there.
I'm answering your questions and you say, yeah, I'm not gonna talk to you.
I can talk
That's very
however I want. I'm a
respectful. And I
member of
can
the
speak how I
public. You're an
like to
elected
speak.
official.
And?
There's you don't need to chime in over there, smart man.
Right.
You need to keep your mouth shut until you
Oh,
say
Jim, oh,
Hey, Jim.
Jim.
No, that's disrespectful.
You're in my
Don't sit
place
there.
of employment.
You're,
You need to
listen, you're our
respect
attorney,
me.
you're not a member of council.
I am
Okay.
sitting here as an advisor.
Of what?
As
Of
an
what?
advisor.
Well, you can't advise them on how, any
I
kind of
can advise
decorum?
them on what
No,
they
you're
do.
trying to sit there and dictate
I
to
can
me,
advise you
but you
that you
can't
are-
tell them to act their age and act like a council
I can
person.
tell you to act your age.
Why do you tell them to act like a council person?
How does a council person act?
Like you're supposed to in court, like you're supposed to in normal town settings.
That, and a member of the public is to give this
What
body
they
as
give,
much
what they-
respect, as much respect as you give them.
And they give no respect. When I ask a question,
You
they
come up
sit
here
there
and you
and
criticize.
laugh and don't even pay attention to what I'm saying.
Jim,
I mean, that's
every
insulting.
time you're up here, you're
That's
up
fine.
here criticizing, never
Because this town is
advising.
full of things to criticize over.
You're the only one that ever criticizes.
I mean, look at
That's
you.
fine.
You and your
Oh,
bills
oh.
are like out of this world.
Thank you, Jim.
And you think, oh, they're gonna just
Thank
vote
you,
to pay your
Jim.
bills. I mean, come on.
Thank
Why
you,
do you
Jim.
be professional as an attorney, stop putting a
Thank you,
bill in
Jim.
every
I am
time?
the
No,
most
no.
professional.
No,
person.
you're not.
I have served on
Yeah,
No,
the
you're not.
committee of this
You
council.
have been here way too long, you need to hang up the hat.
that motion.
So you should.
Yeah, you
All in
should.
favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
You don't pay
Okay, I'll make a
taxes.
motion to.
That's
I got what I need to
I'll make a
say.
Like the
motion
big
to-
instead up there.
Adjourn the meeting.
So motion to adjourn our meeting.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Good night.
Yes,
Good meeting.
Budget passed?
Hey, honey, how's your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, she had the windows now.
Next
She said, you don't. You're not a taxpayer.
What's she tomorrow?
Yeah,
Beautiful. Oh, you have to go, thank you.
Bye, Counselor.
Thank you.
Good night, all.
Thank you. Good night.
Oh, yeah.
He's hired
Yeah.
20 people, 20
So she knows, it's not like over. It gets home at 3, I told her that.
Doesn't
But
mean you're on your.
I have to be before 3 to get there.
You told her that.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, well, don't tell me then.
All right, thank you.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
All right.
Don't put her on disability.
Thank you.
I'm just walking this way, I need to ask you a question. Good night.
I hope they sue us.